Here we are, deep in the heart of Ecclesiastes, learning all the things that are necessary so that we can think right. If we can think right, we'll be right and we can do right. That's what he wants for us. That's what God wants for us. Doesn't want our minds to be being driven crazy, nor does he want our minds to be giving up and just accepting the way of the world. He wants our minds to be alert and wise. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verses 16 to 18. Do not be over righteous, neither be over wise. Why destroy yourself? Do not be over wicked, and do not be a fool. Why die before your time? We could put that this way. Don't be over righteous, and don't be over wicked. Don't be a fool. Don't be wise. Don't be over wise. Why destroy yourself or die before your time? What's he saying in all of this? It is good to grasp one and not let go of the other. The man who fears God will avoid all extremes. Reality is reliable, it's stable, it's consistent, it's dependable. Simultaneously, reality is dynamic and progressive. God is both still and always moving. How can that be? Well, a gyroscope does the same thing. In the very center of a gyroscope, it is completely still, and everything around it is moving. Chapter 7 of Ecclesiastes provides us with the means whereby we can attain both stability and progress through the litany of life's extremes. Birth and death, funeral parlors and carnivals, sorrow and laughter, beginning and end, patience and pride, straight and crooked, good times and bad, righteousness and wickedness, foolishness and wisdom. Here are the necessary tools we need in order to properly locate ourselves in life. Above all, the teacher warns us, avoid extremes. The extremist is living on the edge. Focus has become so narrow he's no longer balanced. He's lost his grip on reality. It's the narrow road that avoids the fanaticism that verges on the edge of insanity. You can hear madness in the zealot's laugh. Laughter provides a surprisingly significant indicator of one's depth of character. Some people laugh because they're anxious. It's a nervous reaction. Some laugh because they're a little manic. Others because they have never grown up. Their laughter is lightweight and giddy and there's no meat in it. I would listen to my children laughing as they were growing up and I could discern a distinct difference between healthy, fun-filled laughter and that which is pointless or energized by too much sugar. And I'd encourage the former, but the other is not really laughter at all. It's unproductive noise. The giggling Gertie types don't really laugh. They don't have a true laughter. Their laughter is really a mask for shallow insecurity. Then there's the laughter of the madman. It's laughter from the throat and not from the belly. It's a sycophantic cackle, shallow and empty. Verse 6 of Ecclesiastes 7 describes it like this: like the crackling of thorns under the pot, so is the laughter of fools. Such laughter doesn't come from the place of fullness, but emptiness. That's why Solomon calls laughter mad, because anyone who takes life seriously and laughs about it is insane. The laughter of someone who's found meaning is substantial and it's appropriate. It originates in joy. Joy doesn't come from the throat, it's much deeper. Joy is aligned with our capacity for suffering or despair. Sorrow is for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Sorrow must come first because the depth of one's joy is relative to the purging. Purging wipes smugness off the smile of pride. And those who have suffered are not apt to laugh flippantly. Flippancy encourages inappropriate laughter. This is why the teacher says sorrow is better than laughter, and he says it's better to go to the house of mourning than the house of pleasure. The man who fears God will avoid all extremes because he has the capacity to hold on to the paradoxes of life. Paradoxes exist in our Christian walk. We have law and grace. We've got laying down your burden and taking up your cross. There's Calvinism and Arminianism. There's servanthood and royalty. And we've got to be able to hold on to one without denying the other. And wisdom calibrates your walk in such a way that you're able to draw on the strengths that lay within every contradiction. Think about it. The universal paradox of life is this: God grants you the freedom to choose, but you are not free of the consequences of your choice. Think about that. And we'll meet again tomorrow in chapter 7 of Ecclesiastes, where we'll uncover much more wisdom for us to be able to walk the narrow road of life and avoid all levels of fanaticism so that our lives can have substance and meaning and reality and not be flying off on this fancy and that frivolity, and be able to find firmness and security. People will come to the place where they'll depend upon you because you have a life of substance through all this. God bless you. See you tomorrow.